Good morning, Asmita, Koren, Janhavi, Anusri, Prem, Sruti, Ayushi, Saurav. Good morning to all of you, Harshal, Saurav, all of you. So today we are going to start the rule for the reported speech. Okay. So today we are going to learn the rules of reported speech. So I gave you an introduction of what is reported speech and some basics I gave you in my previous class. And today I shall teach you the rules of conversion for the assertive sentence as well as the interrogative sentence. So these two types of sentence I should explain you, and in addition to that I should also explain you about what are reporting verbs and how reporting verbs are also changed when you change a direct speech into an indirect one. Okay, so dear students, today's topic is rules for conversion for assertive sentence as well as for interrogative sentences. So let us begin today. Today's lesson is reported speech, assertive sentences. Okay, so we are going to begin in a short while now. Well, dear students, as I told you, let us first begin with assertive sentences. What are the rules of assertive sentences? Assertive sentences, as you might be knowing, it's about you know uh, yes or no questions. Okay, they are called assertive sentences. Okay, yes or no type of questions are called assertive sentences. For example, I have taken my breakfast. I have studied for 2 hours. These two are the examples of assertive sentences. Or you can say, I haven't taken my breakfast. I haven't played till now. So these are the examples of affirmative and negative sentence. Affirmative and negative sentence together constitute assertive sentences, as you might be knowing. You might have studied in your junior classes. Okay, so now today we are going to study the rules. Okay, so for example, you see here, my teacher says, okay, first of all, rule. If reporting verb is in simple present or simple future tense, there is no change of tense in reported speech. Okay, so this is very first important rule. Okay, this is the first important rule of reporting. Uh, first important rule is of reporting verb. Here you can see here, if a reporting verb is in simple present or simple future tense, there is no change of tense in reported speech. For example, let me tell you, dear students, you can see, my teacher says or will say. So says, will say, they are called reporting verbs. Says is one reporting verb, will say is another reporting verb. Okay, so in some sentences there might be, my teacher says is simple present, therefore I have written if reporting verb is in simple present, or simple future tense. So will say is simple future tense, right? So if the reporting verb is either in simple present tense or in simple future tense, then there is no there is no change of corresponding tense in reported speech. Otherwise, what happens, if it is present perfect tense here, in reported speech it should be past perfect tense, right? Like I have taken my breakfast is present perfect tense. So in normal situation, what happens? Normal circumstances, what happens? Present perfect tense becomes past perfect tense in reporter speech. Okay, and but if the reporting verb is in simple present tense or in simple future tense, in that case, the reported speech will not change. Okay, like present perfect will not become past perfect. Why? Because the reporting verb is in simple present tense or in simple future tense. Okay, and if reporting speech is in simple past tense except in these two tenses, if the reporting verb is there in other tenses except for these two tenses, then there will be a change of corresponding tense in reporter speech. So this is the rule which is very important. You please remember this rule. Okay, please remember this rule because this is very important rule. So what is the answer of this particular sentence? My teacher says or will say, I have taken my breakfast. The answer will be, my teacher says or will say that he or she has taken his or her breakfast. See here, present perfect tense in reported speech also is present perfect tense. There is no change of tense here. Why there is no change of tense in reported speech? Because the reporting verb is either in present tense or in future tense. If the reporting verb is either in present tense or in future tense, then there is no change of corresponding tense in reported speech. Therefore, present perfect has remained present perfect only. See, I have taken, she has taken, or he has taken. Only the form has changed. That form has to change because in the question it is I have. I means teacher, and it is reported speech. Therefore, I shall become he or she. The teacher can be she also. That is why I have given he or she here has taken. The form has to change. Why? Because with third person singular number we have to use has, not have. Okay, we cannot say he or she have. We have to say he or she has. Okay, that is why the form has changed. Otherwise, the tense has remained the same. Taken his or her breakfast. A teacher can be he also, she also. That is why his or her breakfast. Understood? So that is the first rule for conversion. Okay. Now let's move on to the second rule for conversion. So what is the second rule? What is the second rule? You can see, if the reported speech contains universal truth, habitual action, characteristics, scientific facts, then also there is no change of tense in reported speech. In the first rule we found what? If the reporting verb is in present tense or future tense, then there is no change of tense in reported speech. And the second rule we have found that if the reported speech contains universal truth, habitual action, characteristics, scientific facts, then also there is no change of tense in reported speech. So let us find out. See here. He said New Delhi is the capital of India. So New Delhi is the capital of India is universally true statement. Okay. So if you get any universally true statement like New Delhi is the capital of India, or the sun rises in the east, or you can say, say for example, the entire country is undergoing under the effect of COVID-19 pandemic. So these are all universally true statements. Okay, so for universally true statements there is no change of tense. Therefore, what shall be the answer? The answer will be, he said that New Delhi is the capital of India. You cannot write was the capital. Okay, you have to write same tense will remain the same. Okay, because the sentence is universally true sentence. Understood? So for a universally true sentence in direct speech, there is no change of tense in reported speech. So New Delhi is the capital of India. New Delhi is the capital of India in the reported speech as well. There is no change of tense. Is has not become was here. Why? Because the sentence in direct speech is given in universal a universally true statements. That is why. Next, he said, I go for jogging every morning. Okay, he said, I go for jogging every morning. So, as you can see, dear students, here, I go for jogging every morning. This is something which is habitual action. Okay, it shows, this sentence shows the habit of somebody. Okay, so if a sentence also indicates habit for somebody, like for example some other sentences, let me tell you, like my friend said, I take you know, Complan every morning. I take Complan every morning means it is also a part of his habit. Okay, or someone says, I go to church every Sunday. Okay, I go to church every Sunday. So this statement is also a habitual statement. It shows habitual action. So those sentences which indicate habitual action, for those sentences also there is no change of tense in reported speech. So this is another rule. Okay, not only for universally true statement but also for habitual action also. Okay, so let's find out the answer. There will not be any change, only form will change. Okay, so you see here, he said that he goes for jogging every morning. See, tense is the same, but what has changed? Only the form has changed, because he said, I go for jogging every morning. This is his statement. So when you change into reporter speech, my statement will come. No? Means my, his statement will become third person then. Okay. So he said that he goes for jogging every morning. There is no change. Here, this is also simple present tense, and this is also simple present tense. Only form has changed, because he said that he goes for jogging. So as it is third person singular, so it is goes here, but there is no change of tense. Here also simple present, here also simple present. Understood? So this is the example of habitual action. Now let's move on to the next example. As you can see here, he said, my watch keeps right time. So my watch keeps right time is the characteristic of my watch. Understood? So if I say, for example, another example giving or showing the instance of characteristics, for example, my car runs very fast. If I say my car runs very fast, this is also the characteristic of my vehicle, of my car. If I say my watch keeps right time, this is the characteristic of my watch, that it keeps right time. So for those sentences also which indicate characteristics, there is no change of tense in reported speech. There is no change of corresponding tense in reported speech. It means if in the question it is simple present tense, in answer also, in reported speech also, it shall remain simple present tense. There is no change of tense. Why? What is the reason? Why should there be no change of tense in reported speech? Because those sentences will show characteristics, habitual action, universal true statements. For those sentences, there is no change of corresponding tense. Okay, in reported speech. And it could be also equally true for scientific facts. Okay, scientific facts also it is equally true. Understood? So remember, this is a very important rule you might have come across in your junior classes. Okay, another, okay, this is the answer. He said that his watch keeps right time. The tenses remained the same. Simple present remained simple present only. Okay, now let's move on to I hope you've understood the rules for assertive sentences, dear students. I hope you've understood the rule for assertive sentences. So if you have any doubt, any one of you, regarding what I have taught you so far or explained you so far, you can text me here so that I can answer to your queries, and then I move on to the next segment of my discussion. Okay, please let me know if you have any doubt or any confusion, or is any of the points you didn't understand properly, so that I can explain you once again before I move on to the next part of my discussion. Okay, thank you, Anusri and Smita. If you have any doubt, rest of you, You can. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And if you have any doubt, you can text me. Okay, I'll check your text every 5 minutes. So if you have any doubt, if you have any question, you can text me. Okay, so now let's move on to the next segment of our discussion. Okay, so next is rules for interrogative sentences. Okay, interrogative sentences. There are two types of interrogative sentences, dear students. What are interrogative sentences? First of all, let me tell you. Interrogative sentences are those sentences which ask some questions. Okay, which ask some questions. So those sentences which ask some questions, they are called interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, the reporting verb ask or asked is used instead of said, told, etc. Okay, always remember that while while writing the answers for interrogative sentences or while converting the interrogative sentences in reported speech, you need to change the reporting verb into either ask or asked. Okay, it depends on the tense of the sentence. Okay, sense of the sentence, tense of the sentence. So always remember the reporting verb for all the interrogative sentences becomes either ask or it can be asked also. Okay, instead of said or told. So let's find out. For example, my teacher said, "What time do you get up?" Okay, so if there is said in reporting verb, if there is said in reporting verb in even for interrogative sentences, normally what happens for interrogative sentences, the reporting verb should always be asked or asked. So it is said. So said is not so important, I mean correct for reporting for the interrogative sentence. So even if said is there in the question, you've got to change this said into asked. Okay, asked. My teacher asked what time I got up. My teacher asked what time I got up. Do you get up becomes I got up, because here corresponding tense will be changed. The thing sentence will change. The sentence will change in corresponding tense. Like what time do you get up is simple present tense, and simple present tense will become simple past tense, right? So what is the simple past tense of do you get up? The simple past tense of do you get up is got up, just got up. So my teacher asked, my teacher asked or asked me also, you can say. My teacher asked or asked me what time I got up. Okay, both are correct. Either asked or asked me. You can write any one of these two. And what time I got up. Always remember, dear students, the connector, that connector means the word that connects the reporting verb part with reported speech part. That is here what. For WH question, it should always be the same word only. For what, when, how, which, the connector should always be the same only. Okay. Next, let us move. My teacher asked, "Did you watch my live stream yesterday?" Did you watch my live stream yesterday? My teacher asked. So you can see, dear students, this type of interrogative question is different from what is given in the first instance. In the first instance, this is WH question. WH question, okay? The answer of which can neither be yes nor no. But in the second type of question, you can see the answer can be either yes or no. My teacher asked, "Did you watch my live stream yesterday?" So the answer would be, but before that, let me tell you, if the answer of this interrogative question, if it is a yes no question, this is a yes no question because the answer can be yes or no. So for an interrogative sentence which is yes or no type, we use if as connector or whether as connector. So if is a simple word, so we can use if as a connector for yes no type of question. Always remember, for yes no type of question, our connector should be if. Okay, So my teacher asked, did you watch my live stream yesterday? So answer will be, my teacher asked me, or my teacher asked if I had watched his live stream the previous day. Yesterday becomes the previous day. So here you can see, my teacher asked me if I had watched his live stream the previous day. So here you can see the corresponding past tense here also. It is simple past tense. Did you watch my live stream yesterday? Did you watch my live stream yesterday? So this is simple past tense. Did you watch? So simple past tense, like in the previous class I gave you a table where I have written simple past tense becomes past perfect. So what is the past perfect of did you watch? It should be if I had watched. If I had watched. Okay. So did you watch will become if I had watched. Understood? Because corresponding past tense, simple past becomes past perfect. So here the sentence is neither universally true sentence, nor it is characteristics, habit or scientific fact, nor the reporting verb is in present tense or future tense. Therefore there will be a change of tense of the sentence given in the question. Understood? Or in the direct speech. So what should be the change of tense? You have to see, you have to study the tense in the question. So this tense is simple past tense. Therefore the answer should be corresponding past tense. So what is the corresponding past tense of simple past? The corresponding past tense of simple past is past perfect. Therefore my teacher asked me if I had watched his live stream, and yesterday becomes the previous day. Okay. Tomorrow becomes the next day, today becomes that day, likewise yesterday becomes the previous day. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, as an instruction you can see here, always remember that in case of yes no question, the connector in reported speech will be if or whether. Okay. uh, But in case of WH questions, where the answer is neither yes or no, we use the same WH connector in reported speech. Okay. So dear students, I need to change a little bit here. It should be in case of WH answer is neither, the thing should be here, whether spelling is not correct actually. It should be WHETH here. WHTH here. Okay, that's it. uh, okay, but in case of WH questions where the answer is neither yes nor no, we use the same WH connector in reported speech. Like you might have seen what time do you get up? So same connector is used here. What time, what is used in the question, what will also be used in the as connector in the answer. But in yes no question, what happens, dear students? In yes no question, the connector will become either if or whether. Understood? So whether is a long spelling, you might mistake it. Therefore you use if, the simple spelling only. Okay, that is interrogative sentence. Another question is, he asked me where did you go? He asked me where did you go? So you can always remember that we shall have to change in corresponding past tense. So simple past will become past perfect. So where did you go will become where I had gone. Where did you go will become where I had gone. As you can see here, he asked me where I had gone. Don't write where had I gone. Okay, because always remember that if you start a sentence with assertive structure like he asked me, then in the middle you cannot use the interrogative structure. Okay, you have to use the assertive structure all throughout, because your sentence is started with assertive structure. Therefore, in the everywhere else in the sentence, if you have to use any kind of interrogative form, then you have to use it in assertive form. You cannot use it in interrogative form. What is the interrogative structure, dear students? The interrogative structure is always the helping verb, that is had, was, were, that comes before the subject. Okay, so but as in reported speech we have started with assertive structure, therefore we have to use the same assertive structure even for interrogative sentence. So in place of where I had gone, I have to write where had I, sorry, in place of where had I gone, I have to use where I had gone. So he asked me where I had gone. Don't say he asked me where I had I gone. You say where, because students often make mistake here. Okay, they write, instead of he asked me where I had gone, they write where had I gone. But don't write where had I gone. Just write where I had gone. Okay, dear students. So that's it. So I have taught you today rules for assertive sentence and rules for interrogative sentence as well. Please remember, okay, these two rules. Okay, so okay, thank you, all of you. So I shall send you some exercise on reported speech. I think it's already there. Let me just check it. You please stay online. Let me check it. I think it's already there. Mm, See, it is there, reported speech. So you can do the exercise from here. You can do the exercise for from here. Okay. So as you can see here, this is what, dear students, you have to. I shall send you the link after the class gets over. So you please write it down in your English, on your English notebook, because for in class 10 also you have the same topic. In class 10 also you have the same topic, reported speech. Therefore it's better you write it down somewhere. Like simple present becomes simple past, do does becomes did, simple past did becomes had done, present perfect have or has done becomes past perfect had done, do you do or does it do becomes if I did or if he did he do becomes if I had done, how do you do becomes how I did, how did you do becomes how I had done, present continuous becomes past continuous, past continuous becomes past perfect continuous, shall, will, can, may become should, would, could, might, am, is, are becomes was or were, ago becomes before, a month ago becomes the previous month, today, tonight becomes that day, that night, then tomorrow becomes the next day, the following day, next day becomes the following day, week, next week becomes the following week, next month becomes the following month, next year becomes the following year, thus becomes so, just becomes then, this or these becomes these and those, come becomes go. So dear students, you please remember this table. Okay, it is very important in reporter speech to identify the tense. If you identify the tense, then it is very easy for you to convert it to reported speech. Understood? So because if you don't know which is past continuous tense or how does past continuous tense look like, then it is difficult for you to convert into past perfect continuous tense, right? Okay, because you don't know what is past continuous tense, you don't know the structure of past continuous tense. Okay, you have to know the structure of past continuous tense, that I was going, we were going. This is what is past continuous tense all about, right? So you need to identify the tense by seeing the example of the sentence in the question. only then you can convert into past continuous. So past continuous becomes perfect continuous. Then on the other hand, you need to know the structure of past perfect continuous also, like I had been going, I had been doing, I had been coming. So I had been plus ing of the verb. So this is what is past perfect continuous tense all about. Okay. So just learn like this. Had been doing or had been going is past perfect continuous. Was or were going is past continuous. So if you know the structure of the tense, then it will be very easy for you to convert. Therefore, I request you to learn all these. Present continuous becomes past continuous, you learn. Past continuous becomes past perfect continuous, you learn. Okay. So example, with example you learn the tense, then it is easier for you to remember. Okay. Example, with example you learn the tense. Okay. Then whatever I have said is also given here. If the reporting verb is in the present tense or future tense, there is no change of tense of direct speech. That is, that will remain the same. I am not like, see, he says, says is reporting verb which is present tense. Therefore, there is no change of tense here. He says that he is not feeling well. No change of tense. She will say, my father is a doctor. Will say is reporting verb is future tense. Therefore, this tense will remain the same. She will say that. It will be her actually. Her father is a doctor. It should be her here. Anyway, if the direct speech contains universal truth, characteristics, habitual action, then there is no change of tense of direct speech in converting to reported speech. Okay, like teacher said, New Delhi is the capital of India. Then my friend said, I get up every day at 6 in the morning. My friend said that he gets up. My brother said, my watch keeps right time. No change of tense. Okay. In assertive and negative sentences, the reporting verb said is converted into told if said is followed by an object. Okay, that is which is very important. You understand? What is said? He said to me, I was watching a movie last night. Said is followed by object me. So if said is followed by an object me or him or her, means if said is followed by any object, it can be me also, it can be him also, it can be her also, then always remember said to is replaced by told. Okay, said to is replaced by told. Therefore, he told me that he had been watching a movie the previous night. Okay, so this is another rule you always remember. But if said is not followed by any object, so if, for instance, it's written he said I was watching a movie last night, then you have to write he said that he had been watching a movie the previous night. Understood? But if it is written he said to me, then said will be converted into told. He told me that he had been watching a movie. But if it is only he said I was watching a movie, then it should be he said that. Said will not be converted into told if said is not followed by any object. Object means it can be either me or him or her or them. Okay. This is what is object all about. Thank you so much, dear students. Please stay online. Come to my class next day also, because I need another day to complete this course. Okay, I shall share you the link. I shall share you the link of this exercise questions I've also given here. To solve exercise questions based on your, click here. So I shall give you the link of this as well as this also, so that you are able to do the exercise also from here. Okay, so whatever I have explained to you, you have to, okay, where is this, this one, see this one is the reported speech exercise. So you need to do assertive and interrogative only. Okay, see, assertive and interrogative. Question is also there. Okay. Okay, so dear students, bye bye, take care, and have a nice weekend. Next day we shall wind up the topic reporter speech, and we'll switch on to another. I mean, the next to next, I'll switch on to another topic, but next day I shall discuss the last part of the reporter's speech. Okay. for other types of sentences. In the meantime, you please do the exercise, whatever I shall forward you the link of. Okay. ठीक है, bye bye, take care.